right, traders, we've covered the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100. So now let's wrap it up with the Russell 2000. This one's a very different animal. While the NDX and the SPX are dominated by large cap giants, the Russell 2000 is all about the small cap stocks. That gives it a very different sector mix and a different role in the market. So let's examine that. We'll kick it over to the heat map here on the thinkorswim desktop application. And the first thing you probably notice is there are many boxes to check out here. Unlike the SPX or NDX, the Russell 2000 doesn't really have one sector that completely dominates. It's much more spread out, and that diversity means it often trades differently from the big indices. Industrials do usually hold the largest share, with companies like Generac and Ryder representing small cap exposure to manufacturing, logistics, and infrastructure. Financials are another big chunk, but not the big banks this time. Here, it's regional banks, small financial services firms, and that are also very sensitive to interest rates and credit conditions. Healthcare also plays a big role, but in the Russell 2000, it skews towards biotech and smaller pharmaceutical companies. That can make it more volatile, but also a source potentially of explosive moves when individual stocks catch momentum. Consumer discretionary and technology do show up here in the Russell, but you won't find the Apples or the Amazons. Instead, it's smaller and lesser known players. Energy, materials, utilities, they're all present here as well, but in smaller slices compared to those larger indices. So, rather than one or two sectors driving the whole story, the Russell's performance often reflects the health of the broader US economy. When small businesses are thriving, the RUT tends to lead, and when credit tightens or growth slows, it often struggles. So let's put this all together. The Russell 2000 can give traders a window into the small cap side of the market. Industrials, financials, and healthcare are the key players, with a much more even distribution than we will see in the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq 100. If you want to track how the average US company is doing, this may be the index to watch. Thanks for joining me on this series. Now you have a clearer view of how sector allocations differ across all three major indices. Be sure you're subscribed to the Schwab YouTube coaching channel known as Trader Talks, and follow me on X at Kevin Horner CS.